getting more views than me on my video. This video got how much money off of it? You'll see every other video of somebody giving a think piece. So I was like, $100. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Keela Cherie, and thank you for clicking on this video. By the looks of this title, we are going to be talking about how much I have made, how much I am making, how much is TikTok paying me? You know what I'm saying? I like the transparency. I feel like a lot of creators on TikTok are kind of giving that transparency now, but I don't really see much on YouTube. So I did want to give my 2 cents from a creator who has about 69,000 followers on TikTok, and I've been doing it for just a little while. So to just give you a little background about my platform and what I do, I started TikTok back in 2021. When everyone was on it 2020, I was like, I'm gonna leave it for them little kids, but I really wish I had started sooner. But I had started on Instagram. I was on Instagram doing fitness, I was doing workouts. You know, during the pandemic, I did a lot of home workouts, a lot of HIIT workouts, and I was just showcasing, you know, my fitness routine and my fitness journey, and that really, you know, sparked a lot of people's interest, and I grew a following on Instagram, and I started doing personal training. I got my CPT, which is Certified Personal Trainer's License or Certificate, and then I started doing coaching, started selling workout guides, and I was full in, okay? And I thought TikTok would be another way to kind of expand my business, and that's exactly what I did. I think the first month I was on TikTok was March 2021, and I was just using those trending sounds, and I think by the first 2 months I had 10K followers. By April 2021, my business had doubled in revenue, and that's when I knew, okay, TikTok can make you some money, but I didn't know how much it was gonna make me, and I didn't know how it was gonna make me money in the long term, but I knew right now people are clicking the link in my bio and going to buy these workout guides, or looking for personal coaching, or just looking for some fitness advice, fitness motivation. So I loved it. Towards the end of 2021, I think that's when the creator fund started. I had no idea what it was, but apparently I was getting paid for videos. And I didn't really like, I was just posting videos on TikTok. I knew I was creating a funnel from TikTok to my website, so I wasn't really concerned about like, is TikTok paying me or not for these videos? Plus I was getting brand partnerships, paid partnerships, sponsorships, things like that. So I wasn't really concerned like, is this app paying me? But I think around 2021, 2022, the creator fund had been a thing, and I didn't know about it, and I literally went to my app and I was like, creator fund, what is this? I click on it, and I kid you not, I had like $100 in there. And I was like, $100? This is when, but over the year, this was like from 365 days, January to December 2021, over the year, this is how much I got, $100. So I'm like, how much are they paying me? They were paying me in pennies for each video, pennies. And by that time I had about 30,000 followers on TikTok. So I just assumed like, okay, you know, this is just how much everybody's getting paid, pennies. Apparently people's getting paid more during that time. I wasn't. I was just getting $100 a year, and I was okay with that. I was like, I'm getting money elsewhere, so I wasn't really concerned. I still worked a job. I was just like, this cool, gas money, pocket change, whatever. So that happened 2021, 2022, and then around 2023, I want to say like summer 2023, that is when they launched the Creator Rewards program. And I remember it asking me if I wanted to be a part of the beta program. And I think this is when they first rolled it out. They were trying to figure out the kinks, see how it worked, you know, how are they gonna pay these people, you know, things like that. My take on the Creator Rewards program is basically so that people can stay on TikTok longer. And I'll get to the qualifications in a minute, but it's a way for people to get on there and talk more than a minute. And this is when I think they started letting people have at least 10-minute videos on TikTok. Because before, I think it was like 3 minutes or less, or 1 minute or less. I'm the wrong person to be asking specifically about TikTok history, because I was just on there making videos. I was just on there like, you know, here to show my platform, showcase my fitness journey and things like that. So I wasn't really that tuned in on like all the specs and the changes that were happening within TikTok. But I do remember them asking me, do you want to join this beta program? and I joined. Around that same time, they were like, the creator fund is going away. So those pennies on the videos that they were giving you, that all actually went away. And then the creator rewards program became a real thing. I got taken out of the beta program because they were like, okay, it works. This is the real thing. We're hard launching, you know. So they went live with the creator rewards program, and then I was out of the beta program because I didn't qualify at that time. Let's get into the qualifications. I'm gonna insert a screenshot somewhere around here, but to qualify for the creator rewards program, you must be at least 18 years old, have at least 10,000 followers, and have at least 100,000 video views in the last 30 days. And that is the qualification that I was having a hard time qualifying for, because I wasn't posting as much at the beginning of 2023. I didn't have 100,000 views collectively. So I think one of my videos went viral, and a couple of my videos went viral, and I met that mark within like a week. And I was in the program. I was in it to win it. Did I know what it actually meant? No. I didn't even really look at what you really needed to do. I just was continuously posting videos. But then I was like, wait a minute. This video got how much money off of it? And I started doing more research. So, in order for your video to qualify for the Creator Rewards program, like actually qualify for qualified views, it has to be at least over a minute. It cannot be a stitch. It has to be watched at least for 5 seconds. It cannot be a paid partnership or an ad-related type of content, and it must be original. Oh, and it has to be from the For You page. So you know how you get on TikTok and you have that For You page? If they don't watch it from the For You page, you're not getting paid for that view, or it's not qualified at least. So if people go to your page and just like binge watch all your content, none of that is getting paid for in the program. It's not qualified. It's just, you know, adding on to the views that you already have. Imagine all the people that may go to your page and just want to binge your content. Like, I would want to get paid. I would want to get paid for that. So that's something you have to keep in mind if you are looking to be qualified for the beta program. Let's say you make a video, you stitch it with another video in the comments that is yours. That is qualifiable. So you can stitch your own videos, but you cannot stitch somebody else's. And that is why you see a lot of people like screen record somebody else's video and then they have their stitch incoming, is because you pretty much won't get paid for it if you just completely stitch it, like physically press the stitch button and start talking. Let's say you have a video and then you stitch, like somebody asks a question and you stitch it right under there. That won't get a qualified view for payment if it's watched directly from the comments. But yeah, so that's just something to note when you are thinking about getting into the creator program, is that some of those views aren't qualifiable. Also, if you get a dislike, that is not a qualified view. Now, I don't really see the dislike button around too often. Like, to be honest, like I never actually see the dislike button, but if somebody just so happens to dislike your video, that view is not counted. But what trips people up the most is the fact that you have to have at least 5 seconds of watch time, at least 5 seconds. It plays a role later down the line as far as like how much you get paid per view. So somebody watches your video for at least 5 seconds, okay, great, that's a qualified view. But if they don't stay until the end, that is gonna bring the cost or the price per view down, if that makes sense. Like your overall RPM, that's what it's called. Reward per milli, which is basically how much you collect from every 1,000 qualified view. So, oh, and that's another thing. You do not get paid until it hit 1,000 views. But you have to hit 1,000 views before it's basically monetized, if that makes sense. Number one, you must be 18. A lot of y'all are already 18. Woohoo, congrats, first step. Number two, you must have 10,000 followers, which TikTok used to be easy. I told y'all I got 20,000, 10,000 followers in 2 months. Now it's very hard to get these followers. Like, they not coming like they used to. It was so easy to get followers before 2022, I want to say. Like 2021, 2020, it was easy. So that's where a lot of these OG TikTokers are famous, because they got all their followers on the front end. It's really hard to get the 10K now. I see people all the time. A lot of my mutuals have great content. I engage with them a lot. but they aren't getting to the 10,000 mark because it's just so difficult. I think people are just being stingy with the follows these days. I don't know. Or maybe TikTok was just a newer app. Anyways, 18 years of age, have 10,000 followers, and then have 100,000 views in the last 30 days. So that's collectively. Okay, let's say you put out 100 videos that get 1,000 views each. Boom, you met the 100,000 view requirement. Now that you qualify for the program, let's get into how you actually get the videos to be monetized once you're in the program. One, they have to watch at least 5 seconds of your video. The next thing is it must be a minute or longer. So that's another thing TikTok is pushing. TikTok wants people to be on the app all the time. So people are on the app mostly talking. Like, you don't see too many people doing, I mean, a lot of people do trending sounds, of course. That's what kind of keeps TikTok, but you'll see every other video somebody giving a think piece. Somebody's talking, somebody's saying something to make you stay for at least 5. That's all they need. 5 seconds of your time, baby. That's all. That's what get them paid. You know what I'm saying? What people do for less. So you must have a minute, more than a minute video, and it must be engaging enough for people to stay at least 5 seconds. And it must be quality content. Let's just be real. Like, people aren't gonna stay for 1 second if it doesn't seem like it's gonna value them, it's quality, or even make sense for them to watch it for more than 5 seconds, let alone a minute. It must watch for at least 5 seconds, must be a minute or over. It cannot be a stitch of someone else's video. So let's say somebody is saying something very interesting and you have a strong opinion on it and you stitch it, that is not qualified. You have to screen record the video of the person talking, basically saying stitch incoming. That's what a lot of people do. That's how they get their money. No shame in the game. Everybody does it. People have done it to me, whatever. But I remember, okay, off topic, but I remember this girl had stitched, I had a video. It went like 500K views, right? This girl stitched like a real stitch, and she got 2 million views. And I was like, and she talked more than a minute. And I'm like, damn, girl. Well, first of all, how you get more views than me on my video? And she was basically saying the same thing I said, but she got 2 million views. Imagine 2 million views. Let's say 1 million of them are qualified. Like, we gonna get into anyways. Can I be a stitch of someone else's video? And it can only be from the For You page. So that is how you get into the program, how you stay in the program. Now let's talk about what the money is. So we already talked about qualified views. So in order for TikTok to calculate how much money they're gonna pay you per view, they go based on your RPM, which is your rate per millis. So this is basically like P times Q. So the cost is your RPM, your Q quantity is the qualified view. So your RPM is basically like, it could be $1, it could be $1.10, it could be 70 cents, it could be 50 cents. That number depends on how well your videos are doing. How long are people staying for the video? How are they engaging? So comments, likes, if they're really like sending it to people, that raises your RPM. All right, so now we know the basics. Let's get into how much I've made from TikTok. So last month in June, I made a total of $686 from the Creator Rewards program. My qualified views was 113,000 views and was $1.11. My highest paid video had 483,000 qualified views, and I made a total of $514 off of that video. Once again, these talking videos are key to making money on TikTok. And then as far as this year goes, February up until now, I've made almost $1,200 from TikTok. There were months where I did really well. There were months where I didn't do anything. There were months where I did like okay, and I was receiving residual from the last month. So another thing is like your videos are going to continue to make money. So if people are continuously seeing them on the For You page, you're going to continuously get paid for them. In February, this is when I realized that I could really make money from TikTok. In February, I made $175, which may not seem like a lot, but when you're just posting videos on TikTok and not really thinking like, oh, it's gonna do anything or give me any money, you know, you just be like, oh shoot, okay, I see the potential, you know what I'm saying? My RPM was 97 cents. My qualified views was 179,000 views. So that can kind of show you like the RPM goes up, it goes down, just depends on what kind of content is everyone engaging in right now. That is what I made on TikTok as someone who has 69,000 followers. If you're not following me already, go ahead and make sure you follow me on TikTok Instagram, everything is Keela Cherie. And if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please make sure you subscribe. We talk about everything here. I love doing vlogs. I love having these type of conversations. Just continuing to grow this community. So I hope to see y'all in the next video. Bye.